Welcome back to the channel. We are here with the greatest banner in Fire Embem history, A Hero Rises 2022. We have 4 amazing units, all color sharing, and this could literally make your account if you invest enough orbs. Now for me, my goals are a bit different. I already have an arena core for water, so Legendary Byleth doesn't offer too much. Emerged Harmonic Azura could be cool for Summoner's Duels, and Duo Corrin can offer a lot of value for arena if I get her to plus 10, maybe plus 9. So the main unit I actually want on this banner is Thorr. Thorr merges are massive, it's going to help in our Astra season a lot, and I expect there to be a lot of inflation, so it's going to help with that as well. So let's go ahead and jump in and we can start talking about this banner a bit, and also answer some questions. Okay, there's greens, that's all that matters. I was afraid the first circle was just going to have no greens in it. Anyway, so this banner is insane. If you do not know, this can literally set up your account for so much. There's an amazing duo hero here, amazing harmonic hero here. There is a unit who can give you a water core for your arena season, and an Astra mythic who can, every single merge will help you with your score. So obviously that's massive. And as I explained earlier, it's not the biggest deal for me, but I do want those Thorr merges. So I have 500 and I think it was 70 orbs here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to spend all of them. Okay, here's a good question. What color do you choose on an all green banner when there's no greens? I think I'll go with the red just because it has a better chance of 5 stars than blue does. And also I could get a Brave Roy 4-star. That would be nuts. I'd be very happy with that. But yeah, so essentially investing a ton of orbs here is a very good idea if you want to be competitive, or if you just love these characters, because I mean, obviously these are favorite characters for a ton of people, and this is one of the best banners to get merges for. Even if you're just going to a Spark, you could pick up, some great units. There we go. There it is. The first 5-star already. Oh my gosh, it was quick. There it is, Duo Corrin. Good IV? I don't think it even matters what IV I have. I think I have plus attack, so it doesn't matter. So we spent 14 orbs in a free summon, so 19 orbs for a 5-star already. You can already start to see the rates showing up. So this might be a very long summoning session. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all the orbs, or if I'll stop early, if I get lots of Thors maybe, or oh my god. Holy shit, yes. Let's go. Hero Rises showing up, dude. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Second circle, or not, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, this might go very long, it might go very short, I don't know. So I asked on Twitter and on YouTube to get some questions to answer during the summoning session, because I think it's always fun to just answer questions. And if you do have any questions you want answered in a summoning video, I'll leave a comment down below you can respond to. Or if you just have a comment you want to, or a question you want answered immediately, you can just drop it in the comment section and I'll definitely answer that. So let's go ahead and jump into some questions, because there are quite a few. And they are very fun. I'm so glad that people thought of some really interesting questions. So our first question is going to be from Josh R. And the question is, you get to make a seasonal banner, who are your picks? Banner has to represent at least 2 games. Josh is very smart, because he knew that I would just put all Tellius units on a banner. Absolutely 100%. So if I can't do that, I'm going to choose 2 of my other favorite games, right? 2 of my favorite games. And if I have to choose a seasonal banner, it's going to be my favorite seasonal, Pirates. Pirates are by far my favorite seasonal banner. I'm honestly not a very big fan of seasonals, completely. But once they introduced the Pirate banner, all of a sudden I actually had something to look forward to every year. So I've loved it. And they have had Tellius units on every single Pirate banner so far. So we got to keep that tradition going, right? So for my Pirate banner, I would have Duo Ike, and his partner would be Ranulf. So I think Ranulf would make a very good pirate. I think that would be hilarious. And also Ranulf needs an ult super badly. If it was any duo Ike, I would pick Zelgius, but that's not for pirates. I can't imagine a pirate Zelgius ever. Next, I would have Nephne on there. 100. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Corrin just loves me for some reason. Corrin, I like you too. You're awesome. But I would love Thorr a little bit more. Not that I'm complaining. 5 stars are 5 stars. Anyways, I would have Nephne on that banner as well, because Nephne is one of my favorite Tellius characters, and I would love to see her get another ult. That's really strong. Her dancer ult is decent, like, but it's mostly just a dancer, right? Like, you're not gonna get a powerful ult from being a dancing unit unless you are like a duo or Azura, pretty much, right? And then for the other units, I would put Ross from Sacred Stones, and he would have a preference Brave Axe that activated dual phase, right? So that we could have that really cool pirate animation from Sacred Stones. I don't know if you've seen it before. I might throw it into the video so you can see. But I always promoted Ross to a pirate. That was just like his canon class for me. So I would love to see Ross in a pirate outfit doing that with that attack animation. I think that would be amazing. I would instantly want to merge that unit up to +10. I wouldn't be able to resist. And then the last unit I would choose is also from Sacred Stones, and it would be Ismare, so Joshua's mother. And while that might seem an odd choice for a pirate banner, she is like a queen and all. I think the cool thing would be like if it's like almost like an alternate timeline where she didn't die and Joshua got to save her, and he got to like become king and kind of freed her from that role, and she got to just go live her life like you know, like leisurely having fun. I don't think she'd be a pirate, but even so, it would be cool just to see her like happy essentially, not dying. Okay, well that was an amazing question. We got lots of Corrins during it. Let's go to the next question. See if we can get even more Corrins, or maybe a Thorr. Thorr would be nice. So our next question is from Lorena Soto, and they ask, what is your favorite Fire Emblem games? If the new heroes are 3 houses banner, what character would be your choice for Ascendant? So for me, my favorite Fire Emblem games are the Teleus games, so Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance. But I also really love Sacred Stones. Sacred Stones was my favorite Fire Emblem game for a very long time, pretty much for like 10 years or something. Like even after playing Radiant Dawn, it wasn't my immediate favorite game. It wasn't until my second playthrough really that it like everybody really grew on me, and I really loved the plot and the characters. I think the first time I played, I just didn't give it enough time. I don't know. It was like a very busy time in my life when I played it. I think I was like 17 or something like that. Probably younger than that actually. I'm not sure. Either way, those are my 2 favorite games, and then Sacred Stones is probably my third. When it comes to 3 houses, if we got a 3 houses banner, the Ascendant unit I would want is Felix, like 100%. Felix is just, he needs to be in the game. The fact that his only version in the game is a winter alt, and he's wearing a Santa outfit, it drives me nuts. I don't like it at all. I really don't like it. And I would love to see a badass version of Felix. And I think if he's Ascendant, they could like, you know, give him a little bit of extra, you know, comfort, like maybe give him a preference skill or something stupid like that. Because I feel like Felix deserves it. He's almost won Choose Your Legends like twice now. Like he's been pretty close. He was really close this last time. And I just want to see him in the game. I know that 3 houses banners are kind of like popping up all the time, but the fact that Felix still isn't in the game just drives me nuts. Same for, I know, like a lot of Dorothea fans. Like they're kind of surprised she isn't in her normal game, or normal version yet. But she does have 2 ults, so I don't think you have the right to complain. Okay, so our next question is going to be a fun one from a friend of the channel, Fayology. Joel and the crew over there are amazing, and I love their videos. Definitely go check them out. We also have a similar question from God of Nil, who both ask cats or dogs. So if I have to choose cats or dogs, I'm going to choose dogs. And that is mostly because I'm allergic to cats. So I actually like cats. They're cool. Like my friends had cats growing up and throughout high school. And even now my friends still have cats. So I don't mind them that much, but they can definitely make my allergies go nuts. So I'll choose dogs. And then God of Nil asked, do I have any pets? I do not have any pets. I am not the biggest pet person. Like I'll have fun playing with pets if they're somebody else's. But when it comes to my own pets, I don't really have any interest in having any. As a kid, I had a hamster and it died. And then that was my, that ended my interest in pets. I never wanted to feel that bad again after watching my little homie die. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'm good off pets. I don't really like things bothering me as well. I'm kind of like a very independent person. So like something that always needs my attention or my love, like I don't do too well with. Which, you know, isn't the best, but it is what it is. That's how I am. So yeah, no pets. Okay, let's do another fast one. Kenzozan asks, what are my favorite toppings on a pizza? and that is meat. So I just am like a big meat eater. I love, oh my gosh, we're not getting any greens. When it comes to pizza, I just like want every meat on it. I want like bacon, ham, pepperoni, sausage, anything you can put on it that's meat, I'm gonna enjoy it. I hate pineapple, so all the people who are big like Hawaiian pizza fans, we're probably not gonna get along. That's not true. My friends love Hawaiian pizza, and we argue literally every time we order pizza, we argue about it. But yeah, I'm not like that. I just like really heavy pizza, I guess, where it's lots of meat, really filling. That's my my favorite. There we go. There's a Byleth. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with Byleth yet. If I'm going to merge him up plus attack, or if I will use him for times pulse fodder. Okay. Keep going. We have another question from Genunciate. I like that name. It's like pronunciate, but with like, is that like Joseph Joestar? I don't even know who that is. Genunciate. What Fire Emblem title would you like to see a remake of next, and why? So there are like a really ton of good options for this. Like, I could see like Fire Emblem 6 and 7 being like coming out and like being a game together. That'd be really cool. Getting a chance to play like Roy and Lynn and Hector's story again. And then also like Path of Radiance, Radiance Dawn could use a remake just because of availability. Not so much that the game needs an update, but it's like impossible to get the games legally, right? You're paying like hundreds of dollars for a copy of the game, which is just completely ridiculous. But if I had to choose one, it would definitely be Genealogy of the Holy War, and that is because I have not played that game. And I would really like to play it. I've been trying to like save myself for when the remake came out, but I don't know if it is, so I should probably just play it like the normal version, because I know it's a very good story and game, but I don't know. I just need to get around to it, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I would like to see. Oh my god, it's another Corrin. We're going to have a plus 10 Corrin. I'm going to have to stop before I get a single Thorr. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, I think that would be amazing. And it's also one of the games that hasn't come to the West, which there are several, right? There's like Genealogy of the Holy War, Thracia 776, and technically Fire Emblem 6, right? So any of those would be really good remakes to come over, just so we have a chance to play them. Also, I think it's cool to have it in somewhat chronological order, right? We've had remakes of 1 and 3, and then after that we had Echoes, Shadows of Valencia. So it'd be cool to get 4, and then Thracia, and then 6, and then, you know, I mean, just go in order, I guess, would be cool. I know that Sigurd and Self are like big fan favorites in Japan. Oh my god. Corrin, I love you, but can you be Thorr, please? I mean, I can't complain. Getting 5 stars like this is insane. I've lost count already of how many Corrins we've gotten. So yeah, that's the answer to that. Definitely would love a Genealogy of the Holy War. Love to experience that story and get to become a favorite, like a fan of like Sigurd and Self. Because Sigurd seems like a badass. Self, I don't know about. Like, he seems like your typical Fire Emblem Lord who's like good at everything, and I don't know. I haven't played his game, so I can't say for sure, but that's kind of the impression I always got from him. Okay, next we have a question from Ari, a longtime viewer. Do you think they'll ever give merges to the Asker trio, or most likely just give them Ascendant versions? I don't think we'll ever get merges for the Asker trio, and partially is because of how Arena works, right? They don't want to give out essentially a unit that can rotate and be at plus 10. You can use it as a bonus unit forever. It kind of stops you from spending money, even though I don't think really people spend money to get bonus arena units, like ever. Maybe like super whales. And even if they were no longer viable, like let's say the Asker duo or Asker trio could no longer score high enough to even stay in tier 21, I still don't think they would do it. I just don't think that's like what they're going to do. And when it comes to Ascendants, I think Alphonse will 100% get an Ascendant eventually. When it comes to Anna and Sharina, I'm not so sure, because Faye hates Sharina. I don't know why, but they hate Sharina. They just do not give her anything. They treat her so poorly. She should have gotten a fairy ult during book 4. Like, why did that not happen? That blew my mind. That never happened. Like, she was supposed to be the mainish character in that story with her relationship with Peony, and it just doesn't happen. And then same thing with Anna. They don't really treat Anna the best either, so I could see them not getting Ascendants. Unfortunately, the way it works kind of is they do want to make money, and so having ascendants who are very, very popular is a good way to do that. Not to say that Anna and Serena aren't popular, but I do think their fan base is a bit lower than Alphonse. Especially after that last chapter. Oh my gosh, Alphonse just came out and he was like super Chad mode. I was like, oh my gosh, Alphonse, like you're making me sweat over here. That was amazing. That was actually good storytelling, which felt good because I'm gonna be yes, there's Thorr. Yes. Going back to what I was saying, I love when the story is good, right? There's like some great moments in some of the FEH stories, like especially in book 3. Nice, good IV too. And so seeing Alphonse being amazing was very cool. Definitely enjoyed that story a lot. Okay. I feel like every question I get is lucky now because it's probably the banner, but I'm going to give the credit to the questions. So the next question is from Agilot3, and they ask, what is your favorite unit and why is it Fallen Edelgard? No, just kidding, but it's Fallen Ike, right? So Fallen Edelgard has like a soft spot in my heart because my first video ever on YouTube was Fallen Edelgard doing a Beast Force team with Pirate Tiburn, and her being so insane was partially the reason why I started YouTube, right? It wasn't like the main reason, but it was the push I needed to do it. So I definitely have a soft spot for Fallen Edelgard. And went, oh gosh, that confused me for a second. They're all green. I was like, oh. Okay, so we're going for Thorr here. Absolutely going for Thorr. Okay, but when it comes to Fallen Ike is actually not my favorite character. And the reason for that is Legendary Ike is my favorite character. Just seeing Ike in his like OG Radiant Dawn outfit, just looking amazing, right, is my favorite. And Legendary Ike also has like a very big soft spot for me, right? He's the first unit I ever whaled for. I spent 2,300 orbs to get 10 copies of Legendary Ike. At the time, I thought that I would never have to summon for another red unit again. I was very naive. I was like, okay, my arena core is settled. Never have to summon for that ever again. Got my best red unit ever. Never have to summon for another red unit. Oh my gosh, I was so so wrong. But even though he is not as powerful as he once was, I just love him. I can't. I mean, what else is there to say? I really love him. I love his special spamming. I love his special spiral build. I gave him a Floret. I mean, it's just because I love him. I mean, he got Floret before Fallen Ike did. So yeah, definitely Legendary Ike is by far my favorite unit in the game. And I'm sad they did not give him a better remix, because I feel like he definitely deserves it. Unfortunately, he's free to play, so I think that's the reason why. Oh! Oops, there's another Byleth. Hey, let's go. We haven't seen a single Azura yet. I wouldn't mind getting a merged Azura. Not that it's a goal, but wouldn't be bad. Just because Harmonic Azura, like at max merge, you can invest in HP and then she can do a pulse tie build for SDR, which is pretty strong, so I wouldn't mind doing that. Hey, it's Myr. I think this is like plus 14 for Myr, so it's not doing much, but always happy to see her. Okay, let's jump to the next question. So our next question is from Promise Me One Thing, a big friend of the channel. She was one of the first people to do a collab with me. I think BA Radiant Dawn was the first, and then Promise. And so I'm always very thankful for her getting me out of my shell a bit, because I was definitely super nervous. And she is asking, what inspired you to become a FEH tuber? So I always wanted to be a FEH tuber. Like or not really a FEH tuber. I always wanted to do YouTube. And when I first started playing FEH, I always felt like I could do things that other people weren't. Like I had a niche that I could feel maybe that other people weren't doing. I always wanted to do like FEH game design stuff. Oh my gosh, yes, let's go. That's amazing. FEH game design stuff. And I've done some of that, but not as much as I wanted to even now. And the only reason why I didn't was because like I was lazy. I don't know, like I was busy. I didn't know how to edit, and like I just was like, I'll do it eventually, and I just never really did it. So the reason why I eventually did it was because I moved in with this new roommate I have now, who's a longtime friend, and he just kept encouraging me to do it. He's like, you want to do it, and I think you should. So he just kept telling me, and that encouragement really helped out. Really pushed me to make videos, and that's how I pretty much ended up here. I do love Fire Emblem content, just like the game itself, and then Fire Emblem Heroes is super fun. Like there's so much you can make videos on and be completely different from anyone else. So it's always fun to make content for Fire Emblem Heroes, and there's always more content I want to make. There's literally so many videos I want to put out. I just don't have time to make them all. They're just, I literally like spend 20 hours editing, and I feel like I haven't gotten anything done. But yeah, that's pretty much why. Okay, let's see if we can get a green. Nope. Oh gosh, there's no reds. I'll do colorless because I could get like maybe like Brave Veronica or something. That'd be cool, 4-star. Okay, our next question is from I Forget I Am a Cat. That's an interesting thing to forget. I would like to hear about your life outside of YouTube and games, maybe about work, hobbies, or what you like to do in your spare time. Nothing personal that can be uncomfortable, just what you yourself want to tell. Okay, so for me, in my free time, so like outside of work, I'm just like consumed by hobbies and friends. Like I'm very close with my friends. They're pretty much my family. And so I spend a lot of time with my friends doing things or talking or anything like that. And so that's where a lot of my time goes. So on Mondays, I have a video game I've been designing with some of my friends, 3 of my friends. And we've been doing that for about 2 years. So we have like a meeting, we meet up, we talk about what we've done that week, what we need to work on, what code's working, what code's not working, what designs we're trying to work on, like what models we've done, all that kind of stuff. We essentially work on our video game every Monday night. Then on Tuesdays, my roommate has a lot of my friends over for Warhammer 40k, and they'll either do painting and they'll paint all the models, or they'll play a game of like Warhammer 40k, which is pretty, like, it's a big game. Like that, those games can last like 3 or 4 hours pretty easily. I'm not too big into Warhammer. I'm not like a big fan of like RNG, which is funny to say as I'm rolling in a gacha, but that's how it is. So I'll mostly just watch or like talk to them while they play. I have played a few times before. I do like strategy games. I just don't like the amount I can lose based off rolling dice, right? I've lost matches just because I didn't roll like a 6 or something, and it feels really bad. So that's what I do on Tuesday. Wednesday, I am recording a podcast with my friends. None of the videos have came out yet, but we do have several episodes recorded already. It's a very adult, I don't know if that's the right word, adult podcast. It's like, it's not for children. We curse a lot and we talk about a lot of adult things. So it's definitely not family friendly, I guess is the way I'd put it. But it's a ton of fun just to hang out with my friends and talk shop, essentially. Thursday, I'm free on Thursday, so that's nice. And then Friday, we do like a movie night. So we'll either go over to my friend's house and watch a movie, or we'll do it on Discord. Especially during the pandemic, we were doing it mostly on Discord. And lately, we've been watching, finished up Vox Machina, which is like the Critical Role anime that's based off their D&D campaign, which I'm a big fan of. I watched all of their D&D campaigns, the first and second one. I haven't really watched any of the third one yet, but they're amazing. So if you haven't checked them out and you're interested in D&D, they make some great stuff. And then Saturday night, we have our own D&D campaign. It's not really D&D because we don't play 5th edition. We have before, but we aren't now. We play a One Piece campaign that I made. So I I had the genius idea of, before I even played Dungeons & Dragons, to make my own RP system. So I created my entire own game designed RP system for One Piece. I wrote a massive story, and we've been playing that campaign for 8 years now. It's gone quite longer than I thought, and I think my friends think so too. We are, if you've watched One Piece, we are in the New World. We are on Wano, just like they are in the manga. But my Wano is quite different. Hey, it's Brave Ephraim. My Wano is quite different than the stories or the mangas because I wrote it 6 or 7 years ago. So it's very, very different. But that's a ton of fun. And we do that not every Saturday, but pretty often. Yeah, I Dungeon Master that. I don't know if I made that clear or not, but yeah, I Dungeon Master that. So that's fun. And then Sunday, we have Magic the Gathering night. So we all get together either in person or online, and we'll play Magic the Gathering. We'll play like Commander. Lately, we've been playing Competitive Commander, CEDH. We've been trying to learn how to play that. It's quite different, so it's pretty interesting, though. It's very, very fast-paced and requires a lot of thinking, which I enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty much my life at the moment. And whenever I'm not doing those things, which take up a lot of time, I am working on videos, I am playing Fire Embem Heroes, I am pretty much doing that, designing things. I pretty much just don't sleep very much. I have very bad insomnia. Like past 3 days, I think I've slept 6 hours in the past 3 days. So I'm pretty much just working on stuff all the time. Okay. Oh, we're almost halfway through already. Are we more than halfway through? How many orbs did I start with? 5, 7? I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay, let's keep going. We still have lots of questions to answer. Okay, so our next question is from Just Morg and Taxico6942. Oh, there's another Corrin. So we might actually get plus 10 Corrin. I should actually check to see how many I have. I completely have not kept count at all, to be honest. Okay, so we only need 2 more Corrins already and we're at plus 10. That's absolutely absurd. If that happens, we'll probably stop actually, I think. So anyway, back to the questions. Just Morg asked, new FEH game mode that revitalizes the game. Also talk about Elden Ring. And then Taxico asked, what games have you been playing this year? So let's start with a new game mode that revitalizes FEH. This could go on forever, but I'll try to keep the answer somewhat short. I think we need a new endgame PvE mode that offers rewards that are just as good or better than Ether Raids and Arena. It needs to have as much depth. Oh, I don't think I have Cath. Nice. That's a really good pickup. That's infantry. Yeah, infantry flowers. Hey, not good IV. I don't know why I hit that one. Anyway, it needs to have as much depth as Ether Raids, but it needs to remove some of the mechanics of Ether Raids. What I mean by that is it needs to remove the scoring system and the ranking system. People are tired of that. They don't want any more of that. Remove it. It needs to be replayable and fun. And it needs to remove some of the punishment that a lot of other game modes have. So what I mean by that is like in game modes like in Ether Raids or Arena or Resident Battles or Allegiance Battles, like you get punished really hard for if a unit dies. I think that makes it so that a lot of people just don't enjoy the game mode very much. It kind of keeps like that feeling of old Fire Emblem where you didn't want to let your units die, but it kind of, I don't know, it like adds pressure and makes it less fun, I think. So I think they just need to make it like a more friendly mode, but they need to have high difficulty PvE. So like they need to put in some really challenging units and some really challenging maps so that people can feel that satisfaction of clearing it. But with, oh yes, let's go, first Azura. So that people can feel the satisfaction of beating it, but like, I wonder if I get plus HP. No, minus HP. Plus HP would be good. People can like feel the satisfaction of beating it and like share it, because like I think that's one of the coolest things, like sharing your clears with your friends. So yeah, hopefully they can do something like that. I don't know. I've been designing a game mode like that. I've been working on it for so long, so long. I still haven't got it done yet, like for a video. But I think that's definitely what is needed right now. So let's talk about the other games I've been playing this year, which include Elden Ring. First thing I played was Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that game was amazing. I actually enjoyed that game so much. I was a very hardcore Pokemon fan when I was a kid, and then I stopped playing, and I picked it back up later on, like in college, where I met like my current group of friends, and nice, let's go. Where I picked it back up, I got really hardcore into competitive Pokemon, so that was tons of fun. But then after that, I fell off again because I started to not enjoy the choices that Game Freak made with their Pokemon games. I felt like they removed a lot of the fun attributes, and I don't know, it just felt like they were missing more and more with every game that came out. But Pokemon Legends Arceus, oh my god, holy crap. 3 Azuras in a row. This banner is insane. This question, thank you. This question's plus HP. That's an amazing IV. Only if you're going to run the build I want to. If you don't, you probably want something better, but HP is amazing for it. Anyway, so yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus kind of like reinvigorated my love for Pokemon, and I think it was because of the format of the game, where it's kind of like a open world exploration, and the game is less focused on battling and more on capturing Pokemon. And it just, I don't know what it was about it, but it was so much fun. I just enjoyed exploring. I just went crazy filling my Pokedex. It was just an amazing game. Now, was it perfect? Absolutely not. It was definitely didn't look the best. It ran kind of, and there was a bit more. There's more stuff they could have added. But overall, if that's the direction of future Pokemon games, which I'm hoping it is, I'm very excited to play every Pokemon game from now on, if it's going to be like that. It was just an amazing game. After that, I played Lost Ark. Lost Ark is a Korean MMO that just came over to the West recently. I played that for 8 days. And in those 8 days, I had 150 hours clocked in the game. So that is like, I don't even know. It was too many hours. At one point, I played 40 hours in a row. And I realized after that it was very bad and unhealthy, and I should not be doing that. So I immediately uninstalled the game and haven't played it since. But it was a pretty cool game. Oh, another calf. Nice. It was definitely a pretty cool game. It had some things wrong with it. I didn't like the honing system, which is like how you upgraded your weapons or your gear. But overall, it was a pretty cool game. And then after that, Elden Ring came out, and oh my gosh, Elden Ring. So there's probably no one who saw this, but for a while on Twitch, I was streaming Bloodborne, and I don't like that game. I know it's very, very popular, and that's an unpopular opinion, but I hate that game. That game is like one of my least favorite games I've ever played. And it wasn't because of the difficulty, it was because of like the game didn't respect your time. So when you lost to a boss, like not only did you have to run back to the boss, you had to like farm up HP pots to heal. Because like the bosses are difficult enough where you really do need to heal. Like you're going to need those healing items, and they don't give you like a renewable one. They give you like, you have to like earn them pretty much. You have to like buy them with the currency in game, and you can have like 10. So I would like die on the boss, have to farm blood echoes, and then go back and fight the boss. Die to the boss, farm blood echoes, run back to the boss. So like between every run to the boss, it was like 5 to 7 minutes, and it just felt bad. Like it just was not enjoyable in the slightest. I didn't feel good about beating the bosses. I always just felt like I was relieved that I didn't have to fight it anymore. And so I just did not enjoy Bloodborne. So I was kind of afraid to play Elden Ring, who is also developed by the same people. But Elden Ring is amazing. This game is like open world Breath of the Wild, but difficult as hell. Everything is threatening. I would say that the world is somewhat better in some ways. Like you can just find so many cool things like dungeons, secret underground worlds. The bosses are like insanely cool. The weapon system is amazing. There are so many. There's like 50 or 60 weapons at least, and they're all pretty unique and have cool effects. And you can equip skills to them, and you can like build your character in a million different ways. It's such a cool game. It's amazing. I've had so much fun with it. I put like 85 hours on it. I beat the game. I'm going to wait to do my second playthrough, but I will do a second playthrough. It's just an amazing game. It's not for everyone. It's very difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Like if this is your first From Software game, you might struggle definitely. I did for sure. But there is a way to adjust the difficulty, just not directly. Like there's not like easy, normal, hard. It's more like you have to find mechanics in the game that make the game easier. So you can find like summons that help you fight the bosses, or you can like get really powerful weapons that make bosses really easy to kill. But overall, I would just say this is easily one of the best games I've ever played. I could easily see it getting, Game of the Year. It's that good. It's phenomenal. It made me like like From Software games, which I hated before. So just amazing. And we get a Byleth, so that's awesome. Great way to end the question. Oh, and the last game I've been playing is Genshin Impact, because I've always been playing Genshin Impact. It's kind of boring at the moment right now. There's not much to do, but the Chasm is coming out soon, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, let's go to the next question. Favorite Pokemon type by Carol B. Sorry if I mispronounced that. So my favorite type of like anything is always electric. I love... What? Wait, what? Why did I think you couldn't pull other 5 stars? I actually thought that. I'm so confused, but this is amazing. This is, oh my god, this is like one of the best pulls I could have got. Plus speed. I already have plus speed. You are going to be hardy fighter fodder. I've killed so many Fjorms now. That's amazing. I didn't know that. Why did I think that? Huh. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Carol B. That's a great question. So yeah, electric is always my favorite thing. Like, it's my favorite element, I guess. Yeah, like especially in Genshin too. When it comes to Pokemon, Steel is a close second. But yeah, I always choose electric. I think it's just a really cool typing. Like, I love how it has very few weaknesses. It's very powerful. I don't know. Everything about electric is amazing to me. Okay, let's continue the Pokemon hype train and get a question from Claude Altwen. I know Promise is right there along with you. I expect to get a Claude Alt this year. I'd be very surprised if we don't get one. So their question is, which Pokemon would you pair with your favorite Fire Emblem character, and which would you pair with your OC? So when it comes to my OC, I would pick Scissor, because Scissor is my favorite Pokemon and the best Pokemon. Like, just objectively the best Pokemon. Like, if there's one thing I simp for, it's Scissor. I will argue with people online, random people, that Scissor is the best Pokemon. I do not handle disrespect to him very well. For my favorite Fire Emblem character, which is Ike, I would choose Arcanine. And I think that's because they're kind of similar. Like, they're both like powerhouse units, or like characters. They're very strong, they have very noble feeling, and the idea of Ike riding an Arcanine in the battle is phenomenal. I would love to see that. That'd be so cool. Yeah, guys, Cecilia. This is going pretty amazing. Like, this banner is like just insane. Like, I can't even keep count of how many 5 stars I've pulled. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, okay, let's get to the next question. So we have a question from Z's. Z's is also a friend from the channel. We did some collabs together. I think we did some Grand Conquest with BA Radiant Dawn, and that was a ton of fun. And Z's wants to know, what is your favorite video game of all time? If you can't think of one, then what is your favorite video game series of all time that isn't Fire Emblem? So that is a very... Oh, it's Amelia. Nice. That's a very difficult question. I don't know what my favorite game of all time is. Like, I don't know if I could pick one. There's just been so many games over time that has meant so much to me that I think it's impossible to pick one. Let's see. Some of them that are my favorites are Final Fantasy VII. I'm a very big Final Fantasy VII fan. Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy XIV. The Tales games. So, like, Tales of Symphonia and Abyss are two of my favorites. I love those games. Let's see. In high school, I was a World of Warcraft crack addict. So I love World of Warcraft. I don't love World of Warcraft now. I think that game it's not even the same game anymore. Like, I wouldn't play that in a million years. But back in the day, at that time, with playing Wrath of the Lich... Nice. Let's go. Back in that day, playing Wrath of the Lich King with my friends, like 5 of my friends in the same room, having a LAN party, was just like some of the best experience I've ever had with a video game. So definitely that. If I have to choose a favorite series of video games, it's either Zelda or Final Fantasy. And it changes depending on like when it is. So right now I would say Final Fantasy is my favorite series. But when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, I'll probably say Zelda's my favorite series. It'll probably swap. They're just up there. Like, it's pretty much Fire Emblem, Zelda, and Final Fantasy are my 3 favorite series of all times. And I just absolutely love those games. I think most of them are absolutely amazing, and just the experiences you get with those games are something that no other game can really replicate. I don't know how to explain it. That's just how it is for me. So that was a great question. Got it in Azura. Okay, so next one is a different subject. We're going to switch it over. We're going to go to Miguel Tovar, and he asked, not Faye related, but do you watch boxing or UFC or MMA? I've never been super into like boxing or MMA. I'll watch a fight, like if I'm at a bar or like at the barbershop or something like that, or at a party maybe. But I've never like gone out of my way to watch boxing or MMA. I had a friend in high school who was like trying to become a professional boxer. So I go watch him fight sometimes too, but other than that, not really. There's Arthur. He could use a resplendent, man. His art is something else. Okay, next question from Griderin. Sorry if I mispronounced that. In your opinion, what are some of the most underrated units in the game, especially if they are easy to get either by being 4-star units or being in revivals? That's a hard one. Oh man, there's so many Feytubers now. They like cover so many units. Okay, Nana. Nana, I think, is one of the best units in the game that people just sleep on. And it's because she's a 4 to 5 star. Healer calves are just ridiculously powerful. That's why they don't release them very often. They're just like some of the most versatile and powerful units in the game. And Nana was my choice. Forest could also be like a very good option. But Nana has been on my Aether Raids defense teams for like 3 years. And I think she is the only unit who can like say that pretty much, right? Everybody else I've swapped out, but Nana's always been on my team. Back in the day, doing the panic build, then palm tree, and then now I'm using flash right on her. She's just a very, very consistent and powerful unit. She can survive a lot. She can kill a lot. Like, she's just such a good unit. If you don't have a cav healer merged up, I would definitely recommend it. It's like one of the best investments you can do with your feathers. Not even orbs, just feathers. Definitely worth it. Definitely 100%. Nana is amazing. I hope she's amazing in Thracia, because I haven't played that, so I would love to see her. I'd probably give her like favoritism before I even start playing the game. Okay, next question is from another friend of the channel, DTM. DTM, I did some like podcast episodes over on their channel, and it was a lot of fun. I had so much fun talking about Fae with other people, and just like, I don't get to do it all that often, so it was a ton of fun. But let's see what DTM wants to know. What changes would you make to AR? Can be the mode itself, like mechanics or structures, or new units that impact the meta? Okay, that's also kind of a hard question. So the problem with Ether Raids is that they have given so many tools to offense nowadays that like it trivializes so much of the difficulty. Like, there's just an answer to everything now for offense. So what can you really do? I think the only thing you can do at this point is to give defense mythics with answers on them. So kind of like how Milla was for offense back in the day. We need a defense mythic who has like anti-canto. We need a defense mythic that has anti-save. Stuff like that to like really break up the current Ether Raids meta, because far saves are just all saves are just way too strong right now. You can just pretty much win against most maps just dropping a save ball down, which is not really good for the game in my opinion. You always want to have some level of difficulty for your higher tiers of play, because if you don't, then it becomes more pay to win essentially, because it comes down to who has more merges on their mythics and less on who's playing better. I think like the other option is like to make scarier Ether Raids maps, but that can get out of hand real quickly, right? Like if they make a really powerful map, then everybody will just use it, and then they'll nerf it, and then we'll be back to where we were. So I think the solution really relies on defense mythics. Okay, we're doing pretty good. I need to like actually keep track of what we're doing. I have no idea, so I'm gonna check really quick. Okay, we're back. So I kind of took count of what we had so far. So we need 2 more Corrins. I think that's our goal now, is to get 2 more Corrins, because we're so close to plus 10, like, we might as well plus 10, so we could use her in Arena for scoring. I think that's my goal. I would like more Thors, though, too, because have we gotten, what, 2 Thors, I think, so far? Or 3 with the Spark? So more merges on Thor would be good, just for that Astra inflation. That is definitely going to be coming. Oh my gosh. This banner, oh my gosh, it's totally insane. I'm excited to see what everybody else's does, because I know everybody's gonna be something on this banner like super hardcore. I think it would be cool. Like this, I feel like this banner could be like a unifying thing for the community, where everybody's pretty happy that they got a whole bunch of 5 stars. It's always very cool. Okay, so let's jump to the next question. This question comes from Brandless. If you could use only one weapon type, sword, lance, green beast, etc., for a week, what would you choose and why? What are some particular units you use with this type? So this is a very interesting question. It's very, very interesting. I love this. So the cool thing about this question is like you could choose your favorites, right? Like, can you make do with your favorites for an entire week? Or do you choose units that have like a wide variety of types of units within that weapon type, right? So, oh, there's Corrin. Nice. So I think we need 1 more Corrin. Yeah, 1 more Corrin, right? Okay, that's our goal. 1 more Corrin. That's amazing. We're gonna have a plus 10 Corrin and like 600 orbs or something like that. We had her at plus 2 already, so I guess that's like 8 Corrins or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, so what I chose is I would choose the Lance. And the reason why I choose the Lance is because it pretty much covers most of my bases. I have Brave Hector, who can like win pretty much every Ether Raids map for me. I have Legendary Dimitri and Fallen Dimitri, who can like kill a lot of stuff for me and do really well like in Summoner duels and stuff like that. And then I have like Azura and Eldigan, and they can both be my dancers. So I pretty much am not missing out on too much. The only bad thing obviously is not having any ranged attackers, but you can't really get past that, right? There's no unit type that can attack at ranged and melee. I mean, I guess technically you could have like a close counter mage or something, but it's not the same. guess you could kind of do that. Like close counter Nino or something would be interesting. But yeah, I think I would go with Lance. I think Lance would cover my bases pretty well. I wouldn't feel like as hindered by it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we're done. I think we're done actually. Huh. Do I want to be done or want to keep going? I might just spend the rest of these orbs actually. Yeah, let's finish the questions. I think we have 2 more questions. So let's finish the questions and then we will stop. Or whatever these orbs run out to, I guess. Wow, plus 10 Corrin. That's insane. It's amazing value. Okay, so our next question is from another friend of the channel, Elwin Flyer. They do amazing fake content as well, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing a big summoning session. So definitely go check that out. And they want to know, who are your top 3 heroes that you would like to see get a Resplendent this year, and what attire would you like to see them wear? So my top 3, I really want to see Brave Roy get Resplendent, but for the wrong reasons. So we're gonna, all I want is stats on him. That's if I'm being completely honest. I think his art's amazing. So we'll cut Brave Roy out of that question, and we'll do the next 3. So my next one will be Nephne. I love Nephne. She's one of my favorite characters. I think her art's okay right now, but I think it could be better. And so I would love to see her get Resplendent, not only for the art, but also the stats. And I would love to see her in the Jotunheimer outfit, like Dagger and Knot. I think she would look amazing in that. Like, she would get to be look badass. She would get a shot for muscles and her long legs, but also she'd look like a badass, right? Like, she would be awesome. So I think it's a win-win on both sides. Oh, that'd be so cool. And she could have a really cool helmet. Like, they could redesign her helmet so it's more like Hells or not Hells, like Knots or Daggers. That'd be so cool. I'd be super down for that. That's like the dream. I would I don't know. I already am subscribed to FEH Pass, so I can't say I would buy FEH Pass for it, but I would buy 2 FEH Passes. I don't know. I'd pay extra for it. I'd be so happy. That's a dream for me to get that. The next one would be Jafar, and I'd love to see him in the Hell attire. So whoever drew Heldigan, I want that artist to draw Jafar's Hell Resplendent. I think that would be phenomenal. He could actually look like the Angel of Death and be awesome, even though he would still have terrible stats because they did Jafar dirty. They gave him 20-something attack. It's bad. But it would still be cool. I'd be really happy with that. That would be amazing. Okay, keep those greens. And then for the last one, I would pick Ninian. I love Ninian. She's one of my favorite characters. I love Bridal Ninian. And so if they could capture some of that, but in a Resplendent, it's like a fairy Ninian, I think that'd be really cool. I'd be super happy with that. I think she deserves it for sure. I could see her getting a Resplendent. That'd be cool. Ascendant Ninian would be cool. So yeah, hopefully they get around to her eventually. But we'll have to wait and see. We've had some very unconventional choices this year so far. I feel like I would never have guessed Ophelia would be a unit to get a Resplendent. She's so powerful, and then she's gonna get a refined eventually. It's just gonna happen, right? Okay, the very last question is from Paco, and they want to know, what do you think the pace of power creep in comparison to other gachas, or just in general? Okay, what the heck? I looked away to read the question, and I got a Zell. I got a Zell 2 days ago. I don't know what, he likes me for some reason. I'm not sure why, because all I do is kill him for red dual infantry. So you think he'd want to stay away from me, but that's cool, I guess. 15 orbs. So this question is a big one, right? Because I could talk about this for hours, literally hours. I have a video planned on this. I wrote it. I haven't scripted yet because I'm working on 3 other videos right now, but I will get to it eventually, I promise. It's supposed to be part of the FEH report line of videos, but I'm currently stuck working on the history of the meta still, because that video is intense with how much information is in that. But I think that the power creep is just terrible. It's so ridiculous how fast things get power creep nowadays. I felt like the power creep in year 1 and 2 wasn't too bad. It was decent. But then I feel like in 2019, with the introduction of Merida, power creep just kind of went insane. So there's so many reasons. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss a green orb. Oh, I don't want to miss it. Oh gosh. This is the bad part with ending with 5 orbs. Okay, there's Luther. Okay, no one look. I'm not buying orbs, I swear. So we'll just grab one more 5-star and we'll stop. That's the plan now. Anyway, yeah, so power creep is just ridiculous in this game, and there's a ton of reasons for power creep. I think some of the reasons, I'll go in more detail in that video, but like, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but we get way too many units in this game way too quickly. We're getting new units like every 2 weeks, and I feel like that's actually very unhealthy for the game because of how design space works. Essentially, like we're burning through our design space way too quickly, and it makes it so that the developers have like a choice of like trying to open up more design space or to power creep. And they typically choose power creep because power creep sells and is also easier to do. And also they are really not the best at opening up design space. They've done it decently in the past, but all their recent attempts have failed, essentially, in my opinion. And what I mean by that is mostly the game modes. They've created game modes to open up design space for new unit types, or like just different kits for other units. And they've done such a bad job, like with Allegiance battles and like Pawns of Loki, and now Summoner Duels ranked, or even just Summoner Duels. They fail to understand what they need to do to open up design space that isn't just power creep. I think the thing that they've done the best to help with power creep was Ether Raids was a great way to help with it. That opened a ton of design space. And then also adding new weapon types or adding colors to weapon types, right? Those are some of the other ways to do it. So that helped a ton, in my opinion. But they, maybe they need to introduce a new weapon. Like they need to introduce fist weapons or something like that. Maybe that could help a little bit. But in this game, compared to any other game, the power creep is just ridiculous. Like my friend plays FGO, Fate Grand Order. Their power creep is so much more tame. Like it takes them like a year or two to even have a chance of getting power crept. Even Genshin Impact, right? Genshin Impact, you could kind of say there's power creep, but not really, to be honest. Like there are units that come out that are just strong, but they're not like directly stronger in a specific way than other units. Maybe like Hu Tao over Diluc, you could say. I don't know. But yeah, mostly it's pretty decent. I think, yeah, Faye is just ridiculous with its power creep. They just really are bad at it. Okay, game. I didn't expect to spend this many orbs. Why am I so done? Okay, just one more 5-star. I'm done, I swear. I swear, I'm done. I'm done, please. Okay, there we go. We're done. That's it. Thorr. Perfect way to end. Perfect way to end the video. We got Thorr. Let's go ahead and we will do a quick check on what we got. Okay, here we are. This is the results of our summoning session. So we got 8 Corrins, which is insane, 3 Byleths, 4 Azura, and 4 Thorr. One of those being a Spark. So overall, I'm very happy. This came out very well. I did not expect to +10 Corrin. I was honestly expecting to like just grab some merges on Thorr and then kind of dip. But this turned out amazing. I now have a new Arena Core unit, which is going to help me score better. And I guess this kind of just shows you the results of how powerful this banner really can be, that even a whale like me can get value out of it. So absolutely amazing banner. Okay, that's where we're going to end it. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. Also drop a comment telling me how your summons went. Did you summon on this banner? How many orbs did you drop? And what were your goals? I'd love to hear how well it went for you and what plans you have for the units. Are you going to be using these units, merging them up? Or maybe you're just going to use the fodder, because in all honesty, there's some amazing fodder on this banner, especially like Duo Corrin. She has like insane fodder. So I'd love to hear how your summons went, and I'll catch everyone later for more Fire Embem Heroes. See you then. Bye.